Hello. In this tutorial, I'm gonna show you how to create this scene. Then we modify it using different elements such as callouts and image holders. Open point setup composition. It will be our first step. In this composition, we gonna set pin position, text, and line route. As you can see, we already have a text lines and pins in our composition. Choose Pin Comp Layer. Go to Effect Control Panel. Here you could change the destination of the pin, size of the pin, and design. It has a custom position by default. Also, we got presets. The destination has a drop-down menu. In the drop-down menu, you will find a position presets. There are almost all the capitals of each country. For this tutorial, I'm gonna use presets. For example, I gonna set the first pin to Brasilia, the capital of Brazil, and the second pin to Mexico City in Mexico. We have only 2 pins in our composition, so we need duplicate pins. Choose one of the pins. Go to Edit. Duplicate. Command+D on Mac. Control+D on PC. Then put duplicated pin layer under other pins. Choose the destination. I'm gonna choose the capital of Canada, Ottawa. Also, we need text for our pin. Choose one of the text layers and duplicate it. Put duplicated text under previous text layers. Go to Effects Control. In Position Control, choose our duplicated pin. As you could see, we need one more line. Let's duplicate the line. Put the line under the previous line. Choose the start position and then choose the end position. Let's change the view from front to active camera to see the perspective view. When you build a big scene with a bunch of elements, you need to structurize it. You always should know where the last element in your scene, that's why I put the duplicated layer under. Let's make a preview to see what we got. At the moment our elements start simultaneously. We need those elements to appear one by one according to our preview. Let's set starting points in the timeline. Move the current time indicator forward on the 3rd second. Choose the second pin and hit square bracket on your keyboard. And now the pin starting appear on the 3rd second. Of course, you could move it manually, but this way is much faster. Choose the second text and hit square bracket one more time. Choose the second line and do the same again. Move the current time indicator forward on the 5th second. Choose the 3rd pin and hit square bracket on your keyboard. Choose the 3rd text and hit the square bracket again. The time between our pins will be 2 seconds. Not the rule, because you could set up the timing whatever you want. Let's make a preview to see what we got. Now all elements appearing one by one. Let's paste the text. We need to set a text paragraph to the left or right, depending on the composition. Go to Paragraph Settings and choose Left Alignment. Change position a little bit. Do the same for other text layers. Change the text angle, just enable Angle Control switch in the Effect Control layer. The next step is the camera movement. Open Camera Rig Composition. Here we have a camera rig without keyframes. I'm gonna show you how to animate camera. Select all layers except the top 3 and move them forward. Choose the Resolution Control layer and enable Draft Quality. It allows us to animate the camera a bit faster. Choose Position 1 to Position 2 layers. Change the Position 1 Rotation 1 settings. It will be our starting point. The length of the layer, position 1 to position 2, is the speed of the camera movement from one position to another. Let's set position number 2. Move the current time indicator to the end of the layer. Change settings of position 2. Let's make a preview to see what we got. Change layer length to find the exact speed that you need. The Brazil text should be on the left side. So I need to go back to step 1 to change the text paragraph and position. So I'm gonna change the paragraph and alignment. Also position a little bit. This 3D line is a bit high for me. I want to make it smaller. Go back to the first step. Choose the line and change the 3D line height. Do the same to the second line. Now it's a bit small. Let's change the height to 80. Now it looks fine to me. Maybe I need a change speed of the camera and position a little bit to get a better results. Let's add a third position to our camera. Choose position 2 to position 3 layer. Move it forward as I do. Then move a current time indicator to the end of the layer. Go to Effects Control and change the position settings. Also, I want to add some rotation to the movement. Let's make a preview to see what we got. I want a closer look at the Canada text layer in the end. So I change the position a little bit one more time. As you can see, the camera stops in Mexico City then starts again. But in our preview result, the motion is smooth. What we gonna do to achieve the same result? We need a smooth transition between these movements. Just stretch the layer as I do. One above another and you get this smooth movement. Now it looks fine. But Mexico City text layer a bit closer to the line. So I'm gonna move it a bit to the right. Let's disable the draft quality. And change the look of our pins. Go back to step 1, choose a pin, and choose the design. The next step is the depth of field setup. Remember, the depth of field makes render slower 2 or 3 times. If your machine is not fast enough, I do not recommend you use it to avoid infinite render time. If your computer is good enough to high performance, go ahead. Choose the camera control settings and enable the depth of field. Go to position 1 to position 2 layer and set focus distance 1. I do not see anything. Everything is so blurry. Don't worry. Just set focus distance to. Now Brazil is out of focus, just change focus a little bit more. I suppose the blur setting's a bit high. Go to camera settings and decrease a blur level. Let's make a preview to see what we got. The next step is the map design. Open Map Design Composition. Here you can change the backgrounds, colors, and other settings. For this tutorial, I'm gonna use color presets. This looks fine to me. The next step is rendering. Open 720p composition and make the preview. 720p will be enough for draft preview. The preview render takes a few minutes. Now I show you how to use callouts. Go to Point Setup Composition. In our example, we got flat lines. Let's change our 3D lines to 2D lines. Choose the line layer and enable 3D 2D line switch. Go back to the final render comp and check the result. Disable all text layers. Choose Callout layer and enable it. Go to Position Control and choose First Pin layer. Then go to Callout Index and choose Callout Left 1 from the drop-down menu. Duplicate callout. Move callout forward on the 3rd second. Go to Position Control, choose Pin 2. Then go to Callout Index and choose Callout Right 1. Or maybe Callout Center 1 fit better for this case. Duplicate callout one more time. Move current time indicator to the 5th second. Choose the call-out layer and hit the square bracket on your keyboard. Then go to call-out index and choose call-out write 1. And of course, don't forget to change the position as I do. Then change the angle control of each call-out. Let's check the result in other compositions. The index that we set in the drop-down menu for callouts adjusts the number of placeholder. For example, the first callout is set as callout left number 1. Go to Placeholders Callouts left folder and double-click on callout number 1. Paste your text and change the size of the callout. Let's paste the text to another callouts. For example, the second callout has index 1. Go to Callout Center and choose callout number 1. Paste your text and change the size of the callout. And the last one, which placed on the right side. It has an index number 1. So we need to find the callout write number 1 in the placeholders folder. Paste your text and change the size of the callout. Let's make a preview to see what we got. The preview render takes a few minutes. The next step is image holders. Go to Point Setup Composition. Disable all callouts layer and enable the image holder layer. Go to Position Control and choose First Pin layer. Import the images. Go to Placeholders. Image Holders folder. Double-click on the image holder number 1. Paste your image. Go to Point Setup Composition. Make an image size smaller. At the moment it a bit bigger than we need. Duplicate image. Move it on the 3rd second. Go to Effect Control and change Position Control. Go to Image Holder Index. Choose Image Holder 2. Go to Image Holders folder. Double-click on Image Holder number 2 composition. Paste your image. Duplicate image. Move it on the 5th second. Go to Effect Control and change Position Control. Go to Image Holder Index. Choose Image Holder 3. Go to Image Holders folder. Double-click on Image Holder number 3 composition. Paste your image. Go to Point Setup composition. Change angle of each image holder layer. Let's make a preview to see what we got. The preview render takes a few minutes. I hope this tutorial has been useful to you. Thanks for watching it.